Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about the lifting appliances. You know that lifting, lifting tools, stackers, and lifting parts is a very most hazardous activity in construction sectors and any industry because of if you are going to use of lifting tools, stackers, and lifting appliances, then this is very and highly risky to work at workplace. You know that most of accidents happens due to during the lifting, due to failure of cranes, due to failures of lifting appliances, tools, stackers, and miscommunications. And you know that you face that problems in our India and entire country because of this activity on continuous work on construction project and continuous and 24 hours work by the cranes. Especially, I want to discuss about the only for tower cranes. There is many more is crane is there and lifting appliances is there, but especially we are going to discuss about the tower cranes. So guys, you know that if you are going to why we are going to need to liftings at construction sector because of you know that 10 years 20 years ago there is no tower cranes. 20 years and 30 years there is no tower cranes available because of most of costly tower cranes in that times during the 10 years 20 years ago. But nowadays right now every organizations going to develop and going to take opportunity in markets to increase more productivity and increase the productivity and cost savings. So guys, this is a mechanical equipments for the using of liftings, and two types of lifting is there. Means there first is manually, second is mechanical. So that calls mechanical liftings means each one locations to others locations shifting any parts of materials and objects that call liftings, and by the mechanically. So guys, this is used for the lifting one place to another place at your construction projects. So this is very important parts we are going to important topic we are going to discuss. Lifting appliances general precautions must be depend on base. If you are going to any tower can installations, first use the base is maintenance means summarize the general appliances base. No usage of defective number of usage of defective parts. If you are going to inspect the base and you are going to install, second thing is defective any defective and unsize of materials and modify the tower cranes which are manufacturers process. This is a very important to analyze them because of nobody deviations related the part of tower cranes and other lifting tools stackers if which are manufacturer process which are made by the manufacturers that cannot anyone's authorized to modify them. So this is first what if any damage of parts we cannot you should not use in tower cranes. Second, maintenance record must be. Third thing is a maintenance records. Maintenance record is very important for us because of you are going to use of tower cranes. How many day, how much day you are define the frequency on regular basis and weekly basis and fortnight basis. So guys, record should be maintained by the competent persons and your well experienced person. So this is very important parts and this is very important topic to implementations and maintain the records. After that, you know that if you are going to discuss about the lifting appliances, so there are many types of lifting appliances like the tower cranes, mobile cranes, EOT cranes, and EOT crane, traveler cranes, and Hydra, Farana. So guys, many types of lifting equipments, in lifting machine is there. So guys, all are depend on you how to maintain them. After that, if you are going to use of tower cranes, so part of tower crane, you know that first is there mentioned base, second thing a mast of tower cranes. Every mast must be joined to with the safe manners, and safe access also is there, should be mentioned. And after that, each and every part and access must be free from defectives. And if you are going to work, going to installations, that part must be checked. That's like the most important things you have to check and consider by the competent persons, like the mast and defective parts, and the wire ropes, and drum cable drums and cabins, and brakes, limit switch, and G mountain supports, and mm, and counterweights, jeeps, electrical systems are installations, fire extinguishers, aviation lamps, safe load indicators, automatic safe load indicator, anti-collision device, and also lighting arresters, earthings, and all electrical panels and electrical cables must be routed with throughout the ELCB and inspections. So that all are part of equipments which are going to install them. So guys, there is no any deviations acceptable in futures, because of if you are going to any deviations, any compromise related the tower cranes, they may and might be face the problem of accidents. You know that in our Pune, we are also working in Pune, which are a safety professionals. You know that there are in 3 months ago, and within the 6 months period of 6 months, there are approx 3 accidents happens in Pune at construction projects due to who related the lifting appliances, lifting in tools, lifting appliances by tower crane, by crawler crane, by tower cranes. You know that nowadays, you know that tower cranes collapses. Because of why tower cranes are collapses? Why tower cranes have been collapses? Because of there is something gap, there is something deviations, there is lack of monitoring, there is lack of systems, lack of designs, that maybe it happens, that maybe there are approx 2 to 3 people die due to the tower cranes fall down from others on private road. So guys, and nowadays you know that another accidents happen in the metro project. I also know that, because of whenever I am reading in the newspaper, first my eye is connected with the accidents related the construction project. When I was read the newspapers answer now, means approx 2 months ago, there are one accidents happen at metro projects because of tower cranes operators and signaler, which are going to lifting of scaffolds materials, scaffolding part of scaffolding materials. That time scaffolding materials, that times liftings in scaffolded in materials ground to 30 meters above height by the tower cranes. But there are mishap by the signaler and signalmen and supervisors. Scaffolding materials not properly binding and not properly closed with the closed with the web slings and web belts, I think web belts. So that times whenever start the lifting, whenever carried out the load, that load has been in tilt, has been tilted that time, so signalers, signalmen maybe save the situations because of if anyone's aware about those things, there is unbalance of load, then that times immediate that area should be removed, which persons are working, which persons was their suspended load, so that can be save the human lives. So that times suddenly unbalance the materials, and all materials, scaffolding materials, fall down from height on the human body, and that times one worker was engaged in that suspended load, and that times on spot death. So guys, this is a accidents, this is a accidents and examples for shared youth. What is their reasons? What is their going to precautions we must be taken, so if you are going to installation and dismantling of tower crane. So tower crane and is a most hazardous activity because of that there is many more benefit by the tower cranes. So many more, if you many more benefit more benefit with tower cranes, then most hazardous activity are there. That if you are going to if you are going to traveling on by the trains, there is risk may be low. If you are going to by air, risk will be high because of you are time duration. Benefit is more then risk will be more. So this is a also that this is a thinking, we can think about that the risk will be more. So guys, we are going to discuss tower cranes. So drums and cables, other things we have already discussed with you, but next we will discuss basic information must be aware if you are going to work tower crane. First you should make a plan. Plans means work method statement, how to installations, how to using of tower cranes, and that all are must be considered about the tower cranes. After that, we will discuss about the general safety precautions when we are going to use of tower cranes. General precautions must be aware all those people working in construction construction projects, and as you a safety professionals, then you have to maintain that types of safety measures at your workplace whenever going to start of tower crane. We are discussing about the work method statements. First you should prepare, and after that if you are going to installations of tower cranes, then all are critical situations. Suppose that you are going to installations of tower crane, then you have must be soil compact level, which soil compaction levels near the area where is going to design, and where you are going to foundations, make a foundations by the concrete. So design must be approval by the architectures, and after that second thing is their supporting system also must be approval from the architectures, because of if you are using of supporting by the structure, then that maybe supports have a competent and sufficient or not sufficient, so that clarity you cannot do that. So must be done by architectures and consultation certificates. After that, risk assessment, make a risk assessment along with the work method statement, which are you have planned, which are you have to plan it, and which are the which are the words writing on the work method statement. Accordingly you have make a risk assessments. After the inspection checklist also, that first this is a part of planning, and competent persons also deploy, and competency levels must be evaluated by the department's head. And after that trainings, ID card, this is a general topic. After that, using process already we have done. Here a risk assessment already done. Competent persons already that may be we do. This is a basic requirement of a third party TPI. So if you are going to installations that supervision and under controls maintenance, that all are required, record must be available, and every week must be inspections tower cranes by the competent by the department head. If you are going to make a general safety precautions during the operational of tower cranes, first you should know that daily general safety inspections by the tower crane operators. If you are tower crane operator climbing on tower crane, first you should make a during the climb of tower crane, each and every parts must be visualized, must be checked physically every day by the tower crane operator. If any are found defective of parts, then immediate inform to concerned person. This is a first thing. If you have observed that your lifeline damage and your access damage, access not proper, everything so you have observed that by the operator, that must be highlighted. Second thing, so there is must be provided earthing, three earthing is required, and lighting arrestor must be provided, and aviation lamp, and every tower cranes electrical system must be properly installed with the IP rating 65 must be done, because of most of tower cranes and seated on the outside of open door area. So IP 65, 65 and 67 you can make a plan to 67 IP ratings. Every DB piners and everything so will be upgraded, and climbing and polyimide lifelines which are using of 16 mm as per IS standards, and polyester systems as per the standards of polyester system. Computer and persons lighting already discussed about the lighting arrestor. Each and every lighting which are fixed on the tower crane, as that must be clamping, proper clamping, because of tower cranes tower crane and tower crane must be done. Tower cranes every lighting must be a clamping, not binding with wire, not binding with binding with wire. So we can see that, if because of that I am facing, we are also facing that problem. So tower cranes halogens fall down from height. So this is very important, and safe load indicators, safe markings, and cabin fire extinguishers. So all are administrative control, engineering control is there. Second thing, two signalmen required to tower crane. If you are going to operationals of tower crane, minimum two signalmen with communication system like walkie-talkie, and walkie-talkie must be there, and every loads lifting plans must be approval from the competent persons, and approvals, work permit systems, and inspections checklist of all those tool takers using in that crane, and all lifting tool takers also must be inspected and verify, and also make a color coding system so they can understood the color coding in system, because of that if you are persons using of cranes, then you can make a 3 months, every 3 months color coding systems implementation. So this is a visual purpose. If you are using of tower cranes in night, then lighting arrangements must be proper with medical certificates of tower crane operators, because of eye test also needs, and physical fitness also need, and vertigo test also need. So that types of clarifications must be mentioned in the medical certificate, and those are a basic requirement of safety inductions process, medical process you can verify. So, or if you are going to use of tower crane, safety precautions must be taken, because this is a highly risky work, and there may be chances if some mistakes happens, there is uh, hyperfatality accidents. Because of I also know that if you have damaged any cables, drums, and any wire rope must be replaced immediately. So, guys, this is a basic requirement, and we can improve, we can implement at construction site. And then we can save the accidents, because of there is nothing happen one injury. If any mistakes happens in any of the occurrence, then 100% fatality accident happen at your workplace. So guys, is preventive actions required whenever use of tower crane lifting appliances at your workplace. Thanks guys.